In order to succeed, your desire for success should be greater than your fear of failure. Don't let the sadness of your past and the fear of your future ruin the happiness of your present. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue to count. End quote. Every breath that I'm taking, I can feel that they hating. They've been patiently waiting, but I know I can make it through the pain and the lies. Just look me in my eyes. This is not a disguise, but together we rise. I do this for the fans, family and my friends. You gotta look within, believe and know that you can win. So be proud of yourself, cause I'm proud of me. Let your light shine bright so the world can see.
Hello everybody, it's Tony Miller Sr. and I'm here to do another episode of TMI Presents For Your Inspiration. And I'm going to inspire some of you sitting out there today watching this because you've lost your edge. You've lost your edge in life and you don't know where to go from there. So I'm going to talk to you about regaining your edge or getting your edge back. It comes about so subtly for some people, and then for some people it comes so fast, so rapid that before you even know it, it has hit you and you've lost your edge. You could be losing your edge because you've lost your job, or you've gone through some things like a divorce or a death in the family, or you're just plain out sick of living life the way you're living your life. And so when we get to that point, we've got to sit down and reinvent ourselves so that we can gain our edge back. But you're saying, okay, Miller, I hear you, but what is edge? What are you talking about? What's the definition of edge? And that's a very good question. The definition of edge is a winning position or a positive advantage. I'm going to say that one more time because I want you to catch that from me today. It is a winning position or positive advantage. And when you lose your winning position or your positive advantage, that means you've lost your edge. So how can we attack this problem? And I'm glad you asked me that. How can we attack the problem? The first thing we got to do, we have to take ownership of the problem. That's right. We've got to take ownership of the problem. And we got to be honest with having the problem. We also have to be honest with how we got the problem. And some of us really find ourselves to blame for losing our edge. But also there's too many people who are denying the problem. You got to stop denying it. The more you deny the problem, the worse the problem gets. So you got to stop denying that problem. And if you do, it's going to continue with that downward spiral of losing your edge. So you got to take ownership of the problem. But secondly, you've got to release the flow in your life. Yeah, release the flow in your life. What do I mean? That means that you've got to get yourself back going and moving the way that you're supposed to be, thinking the way you're supposed to be, working out the way you're supposed to be, doing the things that's going to make you better so that you can gain your edge back. Listen, the most beautiful and most powerful bodies of water that in this country is the waters that are moving. When you look at Niagara Falls, nobody wants to go to Niagara Falls and see the water sitting still. It has its flow going. Now somebody's getting what I'm talking about. When you have your flow going, that means something is happening inside of you and you're moving towards something. And when water sits still, catch this, when water sits still, it means that it has nothing to go, nowhere to go. It cannot do anything. It becomes stagnant. And that is what has happened in so many of our lives. We've become stagnant in where we are, and we've got to get our edge back. So we've got to take ownership of the problem, then we got to release the flow in our life. But here's the final thing. We got to focus on our potential. Yeah, we got to put the focus back on our potential. And that has to become the driving force in what we're trying to do. It has to become the driving force of getting our edge back. Because see, this is something, this is a secret I'm going to tell you. You can't tell anybody else, because when you understand that your potential is your advantage, Oh man, I just gave you something so powerful. Because when you think about your potential, it gets you to going again. And you have so much potential. But if you sit back and let those things that happen to you take away your edge, you stop realizing your potential. So today, I just want you to understand that your potential is your advantage. If you continue to look forward to what you can do and what you can be and what you can become, you'll realize that you're getting your edge back. That's for somebody out there today. You've got to understand that when you lose your edge, you can get it back. Take ownership of the problem. Release the flow in your life and focus on your potential. Hey, I'm your master motivator, Tony Miller Sr. And I just want to tell you, you can never get too much inspiration.
Every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future. Faith and the will to change is everything. Cause I came from nothing, but now I'm something, and I'm living a dream. Martin Luther King, if you said I can make it, well now I'm here. If you said I can take it, well I conquered my fears. I'm with the old, and with the new. I'm proud of me, you should be too. Strengthen your heart, and let your mind cultivate. Food for thought, sit back and let this marinate.